I'm going to be analysing the music that BTS produced in their first era known as the School Trilogy. I'll be focusing on the lyrics, the meanings and my overall opinions on them. It will include Too Cool for School, Oh Are You Late, School Love Affair, Dark and Wild and Wake Up. This will range from 2013 to 2014. I'm going to be including no solo songs, even if they are part of the album itself. It's going to be focusing on either all of them or perhaps like either just the vocal line or the rap line. So the first song is We Are Bulletproof Part 2. Part 1 is not part of this album. It was released like unofficially, I believe. It's probably on SoundCloud if you want to find it there. So this song is a sort of rap hip-hop song, as they originally like debuted as a hip-hop group. It's about their hard work and the difficulties they faced whilst they debuted, standing proud for what they'd achieved so far. It's a pretty original song overall. I don't think I've seen too many that quite like it. However, they are trying to be hard. Like, they're definitely putting on a persona here, which is like, obviously they do have those in K-pop. Like, everybody has a persona that they put on, but it's like, it's a bit much. Like, it's too much bravado, I think, for this song. Their clothing as well, with it's all baggy, all of the gold chains, the sunglasses inside, like, Namjoon, what are you doing? The dark clothes, basketball t-shirts, the backwards cap, the bandanas, the bandana in the basketball cap as well, like hanging down, that J-Hope did, it was really bad. The leather jackets, just all of their clothes, like the sleeveless vest as well that Jimin wore. Not good. Also the layering that Jungkook did, which was very 2000s, so like, I can't really say much about that. But overall it was a pretty good song, but it's not one of my favourites for sure. The way that they kept saying like click click bang bang kind of gave me the vibe where they were trying to be like little mafia bosses. Like, they were trying to be like, I don't know, sort of gang members. That's what they looked like and that's what they sounded like, and for that reason I don't really love this song in particular, and a few other ones are quite similar actually. So this was produced in 2013 in the Too Cool for School album. It was written by P-Dog, Hitman Bang, great name, Supreme Boy, RM, Suga and J-Hope, and obviously the first era of BTS. And it was on their debut single album. Whilst I was listening to all of these songs in the first era, I was tallying how many times certain words were said, and this song actually began the whole thing because I realised how many times they see dreams, and I'll tell you how many later, but this is what started it because they obviously are talking about their dreams and aspirations in the song, which they do a lot, which like is understandable, but when it starts to become in like every other song, it's kind of like, okay, we get it, thanks. The next song is also part of the same album, Too Cool for School. It's No More Dream. I think probably everyone knows this song. It's one of the first ones that I came across when I discovered the band, and I wasn't like fully into it, but I appreciated the effort, and obviously they're all adorable, so I kind of had to like it. They say all the typical rap stuff like, I want a big house, a big car, I want big rings, and it's just kind of stereotypical, cliche. It's very impersonal. Like, I feel like they could have said, I want this particular thing, like I'm working hard to help my family, or in order to like uphold my family's reputation, but they're like, no, I want a big car, which is like fine, like you can be materialistic, but then like later they talk about in another song they talk about not being materialistic and like how you shouldn't do that, and they dissuade the audience from doing it, so it's a bit hypocritical, I have to say. As this is also a hip-hop song written by Jungkook, P-Dog, Hitman Bang, RM, Suga and J-Hope and Supreme Boy. However, I do have to congratulate them on criticising the lack of passion and the dreams in young people these days. It sort of talks about society and it sets up the message that NO takes on, well, you know, No, that song. It's quite an honest and motivational song, although it has its flaws. The next song is Like, or it's also called I Like It, which is more of an R&B kind of song. The writers for that one are RM, Suga and J-Hope. It's very rap line heavy in this album. Like, in general, there's a lot more lines that are given to the rap line, whereas like I feel like more these days it's more vocal line heavy, specifically because Jungkook's like the frontman kind of thing, whereas then it was more RM, I'd say. It's a slower song that mixes like a love song with hip hop. The narrator has like said they wanted to get back with a girl that they broke up with. My favourite quote from the song is, "Your heart is like a guillotine." I just thought that was very spicy, I liked it. The next song is Path, otherwise known as Road. So this one is about questioning your future, the experience of being a trainee, their upbringings, listening to hip hop and like at school or as a child, how their lives could be if they chose a different path, hence the name. It's very introspective. It's a slow kind of hip hop reflective. It's about their progress in their career. This was in 2013 as well, in Too Cool for School, written by Suga, Hitman Bang, RM, J-Hope and P-Dog. Although I do like this song, they have so many like cliche words used in the song. Angel and Devil, sorry. But if you've seen TXT, you know which one that's reminded me of. Also reality, heart, future, world, smile, days, dreaming, time, alone, lonely, stopped. And it's like youth, stars, like all of this stuff. Like they always say stars and sun and moon in K-pop songs for some reason. It's not exclusive to K-pop though. It happens in a lot of like Western ones as well. But it's like, why do you always need to be talking about the moon and the stars? Like I know they're pretty, but like can you not think of a better word? Anyway, that's just my bone to pick, but not with BTS in general. So that concludes the album, the first one, their debut one, and the next one is going to be
Oh Are You Late Too?
So this is a mini album and it was put out in 2013. The first song that I'm going to be talking about is No. So this one is basically a continuation of No More Dream, but with more detail. So it's writing about studying and societal pressure, like the adults in Korea, not just Korea, but they tend to pressure kids into like being a perfect student, like model student. You have to have a good career, you have to get A's, otherwise you're basically useless, and then you're bringing down the family name, especially if you're like upper class, but even like if you're lower class as well. Like to have a good future you need to be good at school. So they get a lot of pressure and expectations to fulfill this mold, this role in society that they don't even necessarily want. It's more about this is what life you need to live, that's like imposed by the parents. And this song's more about saying like chase your own dream, like don't live for someone else's, like take control of your own life. And I think it's a very good message. I also love the song, super catchy, like I will always put it on. I noticed in the song that Jungkook actually starts getting more lines, which is cool. Written by P-Dog, Hitman Bang, RM, Suga, Supreme Boy. I love that name. It's another hip hop song, Kel Surprise. So the next song is We On, which also uses a lot of language. It's just very repetitive and cliche. It's more of this trying to be hard kind of thing, and being the best, flaunting their success. I can understand why they want to, because when they were debuting they faced like a lot of criticism and they wanted to kind of be like I'm not about that life, like I'm better than you, I'm doing good, look at me. And that's cool, but that's what ciphers are for, you know. But this was the 2013, written by J-Hope, RM, Suga and P-Dog. It's very cool that they all like have a part in writing it. I didn't actually know that before I looked into all of this stuff, which is like such a fake fan of me, I'm so sorry. We On is basically slang for like you're on, and it's like saying like we're gonna do our best, like look at us and watch what we can do, which is very Slayer, I have to say, even if it is a bit douchey.